Alrighty, g'day everyone. Welcome to Wednesday workshop, everyone. Hope you are well. Quick sound check, folks. Sounds like I'm coming through on my other computer. G'day, Johnny. Sounds like I am coming through. John D, Brandon. Hell yeah, very good. Thank you, John and Johnny. So welcome, folks. Welcome anyone that is new as well. I hope you find something of value with us, folks. I'm sure you will. So tonight, I thought we would do something a little bit different. Not different in terms of learning material, but just break away a little bit and talk about an important topic, which is the importance of playbooking our trades. So, Greg, Peter, Davo, Caesar, there we go, Alan Moran, Sarah on it, Rusty, very good. So a very important part of your learning and a part of the feedback loop that I talk about in the Trading Academy. So with that in mind, a little bit of housekeeping. So where is the Trading Academy? You click over here, Trading Lab. Click on this one. You got your trading tools, weekly market reports. Click on this one here, Trading Academy, click on that. Let's get rid of that. So you've got Andrew's Academy, my Academy, Max's Academy. So click on mine here. So there's 9 modules in here, 140 videos, folks. So there's a huge resource in there, folks. And I teach from what I wish I had have known years ago, 10 years ago. So the kind of the no BS approach. In other words, this is the reality of markets. A lot of you know that, of course. So right at the start here, folks, now if you're new, we've got Workshop Module A, Workshop Module B, Workshop Module C. So A, everything to do with trading process. So this webinar, this workshop tonight will go in process. B is trading psychology, and C are member workshops. So we get question and answer, those sort of topics. So tonight, Module A. And then we move into Module 1, 2, 3, all the way down to 6. So if you are new, start your journey here at Module 1, go all the way through to Module 6. Some of these lessons in 4, 5 and 6, you may need to watch a few times over to just make sure it sinks in. And then come back and pick out your favourites in the workshop modules. Excuse me. So Module A, the trading process, you'll see there's an enormous amount of workshops in here. Okay. So there's a lot of trade reviews that we've done. These are worthwhile to continue developing your skills. We did a trade management comparison not long ago. Last week, we did a question and answer in regards to our analysis checklist brought up by Longhorn and the trend anchors, just some examples of those mentioned by Trade to Travel. So this is in both member workshops and the trading process. So there's a lot there to get your teeth into, folks. So that's where you find it. So tonight I thought we would bring up a topic which is so important to our learning as traders. So when we see a setup, so we decide on our setup, we like our setup. Davo says on a 7-day trial. I'm not sure what you can and can't see. You can probably see some of them, Davo, the workshops, but try it out, I suppose. So when we're learning how to trade and we've got a favourite setup that resonates with us, what it is important to do is to take a screen grab every time we see that setup, win or lose. As long as it fits our rules, it's important to take a screen grab of that and mark it up if necessary, mark it up so that we can see what's led to that setup. Make sure you include, if you're just learning, and if you're new, make sure you include some of the higher time frames to get the context of where your setup is appearing. Right? You probably don't need to go too high. So that's important. So what this does is we're taking a copy of all the different variations of our setup. So what we do over time is the different nuances of that pattern become obvious to us. So when we then begin to look through charts, or we're perhaps doing scans, our mind instantly starts to recognize these patterns, these particular nuances of the setup. How many of you, put your hand up, have seen a setup after the fact and it's moved, but yet we've failed to see it as it's occurring? Right? Be honest. How many? Put your hand up. So how do we get around that? We get around that by training our mind to pick up those patterns in real time. Okay? So, that's my job here at Forex Signals, is to pick up these patterns in real time as they're forming. Unfortunately for us in Asia, it's a quiet time, quiet market. So we've got to rely on higher time frames to see our setup and let it unfold over the next, few hours to a couple of days. That's the downfall. So that's why I look for bigger time frames, because the setups will then take a little bit longer. But we're still seeing those hard right edge of the screen. So let's look at a couple of examples, recent examples, that are worthy of your playbook and my playbook. So those of you that have been around for a while will know that the setup that I fall back on a lot with us here is breakout trades. Simply because they can take a little while to form. The setups that we look for beforehand, which is a consolidation, they can take days to form. So we're in kind of no hurry for these to set up. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at breakout trades, the type that I teach, the type that is in the Trading Academy in the workshops. So, and I'll show you how we put together the playbook. So let's take some recent examples so they're fresh in our mind. So the very first of these is pound Aussie. So when we're looking at our higher time frame here, so we've got the daily chart here. So it's important that when we go back and do our playbook, that you include your higher time frame. So in this case, it's the daily, so that we can see the context of where it's appearing. So the one that we're looking for is this one. It's in this area. So it doesn't look like much on the daily, but we can see we've got a nice big push up, a big corrective, and then out of that corrective, we've got the anchor right here. We've got our trend line through here. So we've broken the trend line, got a little bit of a shakeout through here. We've got the 40-60 box, but what's important here is we've got the push. So we've got that push and we've got a little platform here. Now, mind you, this is not fully set up. Sorry, this is after the event. So the area that we're interested in this right here, especially the anchor from the pullback, the big thrust here, but we're interested more so in this. So this is the higher time frame context in which our playbook example appeared. So when we drill down, so remember this. All right. So let me open up the 4 hour now and we'll drill down into this area right here. So the daily time frame, this was our anchor right here. So now here's our 4 hour chart, and the setup as we were seeing it was right there. So here's our big sloppy corrective. Here's the push. So we've broken the 4 hour anchor. So we could write that on our chart. 4 hour anchor broken. Daily anchor here. Now, this is what we're seeing. The big push. A nice consolidation. So that was what we were seeing before the event, before things played out. All right? So we need to be able to see our trade as it's forming like this. Well, and you can go back and replay it, step through. So there was our entry. So we had our push through here and our sideways consolidation here. But more importantly, we're recognizing this now, or at the time, as accumulation. So the trend is over. So you've heard me talk about not trying to catch a falling knife, but waiting for the correct moment. One of those correct moments is breaking the anchor on the 4 hour. So that's one. So we had no setup in here, but we did have this consolidation through here. So this is what we like. So let me reveal the trade, of course. So here is our setup. So our playbook would include this and include probably, now let me just drag that up. So the daily chart. So a daily chart with some notes here. And our 4 hour chart with our setup. So this is our setup through here, the consolidation. We had the nice big push through it, triggered us in. We had a bit of weakness that we were able to sit through. And then we had the nice push here. Now, it's important with your playbook that you include enough bars afterwards so that you can see what's occurred. You can see what's happened after, okay? We've got our 20 period simple moving average right here. So this is a beautiful setup. This is a great setup. We can see we had the break through here. Our original stop was either here or yeah, I'm pretty sure it was there. So it wasn't bad at all. And we had our targets back at these levels. So I've removed this now, but our targets were through there. So we actually got this first swing and then others hung on to this area up here. And I think those that took their first swing with myself, I think we averaged about 140, 150. And then the final push was about 265 pips. So a good move. And even if you trailed it out, based on our methods before, you would have gotten out here or here. Our methods mentioned in one of the other workshops. So you still ended up with about 175 pip trade. Right? So this was a legitimate trade called previously, not so long ago. So when you take your screen grab, make sure that you grab, this sort of context. And of course this one, this sort of context through here. And put your notes all over the chart. Here's our 20 periods, so we're lined up there, the daily anchor, anything else you need to know that's important that you can pick it up. So when we take a screen grab of this, what do we do with it then? Do we just file it away and we forget about it? No, we certainly don't. What we do is when we get a spare moment, let's say we're purposely going through and reviewing our trades, or we're waiting for something, maybe waiting at a doctor's appointment or dentist, whatever, and you've got a phone or a tablet, and go through and you can just review your playbook and look at these previous trades just to see how they formed. Take notice of all the structure. Because when you do this and you look through over time, your mind will just start to pick it up like that. Okay? So that's the recent trade. So I'm going to do a couple of recent ones and then we'll have a look at my playbook. So Johnny, why is that area the anchor? This one? A good question. It's the anchor to just this downtrend. Right? So the uptrend anchor, you're right, good question, is still back here. But we've got this little short-term corrective trend. It's the anchor to that corrective trend. Okay? But you're absolutely right. Until price breaks either, we're still in an uptrending environment. So good observation, Johnny. Whereas on our 4 hour, we've broken the anchor right here. So it took a while for price acceptance, didn't it? Here was only really when it happened. So then the anchor came here, moved up to here, and here, didn't it? So the 4 hour was uptrending, and then at this point here, it now started downtrending. So here was that latest anchor on the 4 hour. So not only did it break it broke it here with force. Was this news? Probably. The important thing is, what did it do afterwards? So what's the market's reaction to news? So that's what's of interest to me more than the news itself. How does the market react? And we've seen a lot of these pound pairs do very similar. So last week we had our choice of pound. We got our pound of flesh, so to speak. So that was the actual legitimate 4 hour downtrend anchor, Johnny. And here was the daily corrective anchor, let's call it, but it was still in an uptrending environment. So that makes sense. All right. So that's the idea of our playbook, folks. Every trade we do that fits the plan, everything fits the bill, everything lines up. Take a screen grab, okay? Because this is how we learn. So that's the British pound, Aussie. So based on what we've just seen, Well, what could we be experiencing right here? On the trading time frame, we're getting a very similar structure, aren't we? We're getting a similar consolidation to this one, just on a higher time frame. Look where it is. So could this now be, excuse me, the cup with handle with a consolidation as a handle? It could be. Do we need to know? No, we just trade what's in front of us. So then we drill down, of course. Here it is here. So the consolidation is a very big structure on the 4 hour. So our obvious area, here's the anchor to the downtrend, A, B, C. The area we want to see breached with another consolidation like this. We want to see this smaller version in here. And then we take the trade through there. The only concern here is this high is relatively close. So our suggestion going forward, this is a current idea that's trying to play out, was to take the high. So very sharp here, not a valid trade. But if we get this in here, then we're in. And there's the level. But we need to see something. It doesn't have to be this. It could be any variation that we see in our playbook. If we get that in here, that's our trigger to go. Okay? We're already getting it on a bigger picture. But we want to see it on a smaller. Want to see it on our trading time frame. Can be 4 hour or the 60 minute in this region. This is too big. There was an opportunity here that it might have been doing it, but no trigger and fell away. So the corrective was just going on a little bit longer. So that's okay. So we see the structure on the daily, the trading time frame. We see on the lower time frame, we see the setup. So let's go and have a look at some other examples. Recent examples. So the next one, New Zealand yen. So New Zealand yen. Is this an example here? Based on a higher time frame. Well, we've got a sharp break, but we've got our consolidation above. So would we be considering trade through there based on the higher time frame? Absolutely. The context is not ideal. So for that reason, it was a B grade, but we can clearly see that the setup, if I took the time frame away, the setup's there. I've even got a smaller version in here. Okay, so that was one we saw. But you can see here on the 4 hour though, kind of a little bit messy. But that's the reality of trading, folks. All right. So 4 hour is very messy, but we can see it's still tightened up as it approached the break level. Little pullback. It's tracking the 20 beautifully. In seeing this, even though it's messy, and you hear me talk about drilling down to a smaller time frame, when we see the break and everything through here, and we've got a confirmation of our setup that's broken, this is where we can drill down to, because we've got the momentum of the big setup. We can drill down to our shorter time frames and take smaller trades, in here. especially when the market's horrible. You hear me talk about, and on the emails, be nimble. Trade shorter time frame if you can. So there's our level. It's right into it. So this has worked, albeit a very sloppy, wild setup. It's actually pushed through. So that's one. Next one is dollar Swiss. So messy, horrible, weekly. Got an unusual, wild trend on the daily. Got resistance through here. But look at this. Look at this. Is this another variation? Absolutely it is. So, aside from a little bit of mixed layered resistance here, a little bit of an air gap. So this is still a B grade because of that. But look at the setup. Look at where it's appearing. See here we drew this morning. This whole band through here is kind of an area of that I believe it may struggle. But for the point of our exercise, we've got the nice big thrust. We've got the consolidation. So taking away its B grade status because of the context, this setup right here looks pretty good. All right. These are some recent examples and some older ones. Dollar Thai baht. You're welcome. Dollar Thai baht. Now, here's an unusual one, folks. Let's have a look at the context. Weekly chart, downtrending. Daily chart, downtrending. I think our setup was in here. So that's the bigger picture context. See you, Delhi. So let's have a look at 11th to the 10th. No, I think it's in here. So let's have a look at the structure now on the 4-hour chart. So when we zoom out, we can see reasonable trending environment, and then look at this horrible mess. And you'll think to yourself, how on earth did we pick a trade out of that? Well, we didn't pick a trade in it, for starters. Our setup that we're interested in. So the 4-hour, we had an anchor break, price acceptance, well and truly. Big, horrible setup. Can't continue. And now we're getting momentum, pushing back, trying to pull back inside and break this consolidation. So where's the area that we're interested in on the 4-hour? It's right here. All right. So let's drill down. So here's this messy setup. Price comes back, tests the low of this distribution, this range. The push into it is too sharp. We don't take these. Gets rejected, but look at what occurs. Another horrible little range like this big one in here. Here's our 20 period, our guardrail, visual aid of trend, right back to it beautifully. So when we get this sloppy, messy setup, where are we interested in seeing? We're interested in seeing it break. Right? And because we're talking about a key area as well, key level, through here, our order's just under here, so we were taken in, maybe a small pullback, but then an even smaller little pullback, and there's the result in one go, and there's our targets. So we achieved 2 of them in the first push. Here's our stop, above the structure. And then the final one got taken out whenever. Next push, I think. Yeah, either here or further here. So here's another example on the 60-minute. So our higher time frame is the day, or our trading time frame is the daily, and our lower time frame for this example is the 4-hour or the 60-minute. So there's our consolidation before the break. So how obscure is this example? All right. Unusual one, isn't it? That one. So let's have a look. Would you like to have a look at my playbook, folks? Let's have a look at some of the trades in my playbook. All right. So here they are. All right. Here's all the trades. They're a mixture of equities and Forex. So let's go through. We'll go through them all before we sign off. And let's just have a look at the different variations. So let's just buzz through these really quickly. And let's see what we can see. So here's higher time frame. Beautiful rising 3. So where am I interested in? Break above the high. So this is the 4-hour time frame. So what could this one be? What time frame? 1 hour maybe? One hour? All right. So we're interested in this area right here, aren't we? Rising 3 pattern here. This is all I need because this setup through the high of this pattern. As we know with this pattern, we often get a pullback. So drilling down, this is the 15-minute chart. So here's the high through here. Here is this tiny pullback. So this leg here is this. So here's the tiny pullback inside here. Here's the little structure through here. Higher highs into it. That's good enough for me. There's the lead-in price action. Good to go. So there it is. There's the entry. You can see it. All right. So that's one. Let's have a look at another one. Okay, here's an equity. 60-minute chart. Marked up. Beautiful cup. Push into resistance. You can even see the gaps in the chart. See this? So there's the day's close, gaps down, opens up, all the while hugging the 20 period. Right? Volume in the move up. Consolidation, breakout, and we're in. Buying pressure, look. 20 SMA. Breakout. Cup with handle with consolidation as the handle. Right? Let's see that chart bear. There it is there. AGL, 60 minute. Right here, look. We need to be able to see this, folks. In amongst all the gaps before it triggers. Right? Pretty obscure, would you say? Pretty obscure, that one. So here's another one. It's my actual journal. Right? So here's my entry, all my journal details. Here's a nice one. Little base comes in here, creates its own little base. Little consolidation here. Look at this. Push. There's my last exit. Scaled out here, and the last one to break even. You can see my journal. And there's a bit of price action afterwards. So I got this swing through here. Yeah, Russell. A rising 8. So I got that swing in here. You imagine if I hadn't taken profits, where would I be now? Break even. Okay. Here's another one. B wave. Consolidation at B. See it here? Hugging the 10 period. This is it. Aussie dollar, 60 minute. Right, you may have taken this one. If so, it probably would have gotten stopped out. So, nice big push, consolidation. When we got a stop out, where's the new level? Through here, you might have taken that one as well. A couple of attempts. Here it is here. There's the result. So that's a 60-minute chart. Aussie dollar. Hence a lot of the wicks. But notice when it did shake out, high lows. After the fact, this is obviously the best entry. What about this one? Sharp push, no good. Won't take that, it's too sharp. Beautiful consolidation, shake out, bullish 180 and off. If you failed to take your profits through here with our stop, probably here. If you failed to take your profits, 1R, say 1.5R, you'd be now back to break even. How would you feel? Would you sit through this? Probably not, because look at what it did again. It goes into a bigger structure. When we get a sharp move, often it will come back and test the break area or just below. So there's a great example. Right. Aussie, New Zealand, 15 minute. Here's another one. Gap up, hold. So here's our cup with handle, or just a test of resistance. Cup with handle doesn't need to be pure cup with handle like that. It can be just like that, because you can consider the swing here as part of the handle. All right, there's the result. Gap up, bang. With the volume is coming. It's pretty good. Okay. CAD Singapore 4 hour. Very sloppy, horrible setup. B wave. Pushes too sharp. Pull back. Very small consolidation. And then off. So see the different variations of the same setup. There's our entry. Okay, here's another one. CAD Singapore 60 minute. Oh, I've got a sharp attempt. Beautiful consolidation. Back to the 20 period. Here's our entry, wherever that triggered. Yes, Rusty. So Rusty says, can a cut with a handle be upside down for a push to the downside? Absolutely. Inverse cut with handle. Same principle in reverse. You get this right. Look at the move. Stop in this region. What are we talking? About a 4R move. All right. DAX, 5 minute, 1 minute. Push. Push, small pause, small consolidation, back to the 8 or the 10, breakout through here. Any time frame. That's it. That's all it is. 1 minute chart. 1, 2. You had 3 minutes to get in. DAX 5 minutes. Push. Nice big thrust. Impulsive. Pull back to the 20. Another push up. Small consolidation. Bang, we're in. All right. Look at that. Euro dollar 15 minute. See all the markup? Uptrending environment. Pullback. So we've now got a base inside. See this? Got buying pressures come in. We've got a attempted or a test of supply. Very little coil in here. Tiny one in here. Bang. There it is there. Here's the 20. If you're not quick taking profit, it'll take it away from you. All right. Euro 15 minute. This and this. That's what we're interested in. This was an intermediate. So this is what I call a base breakout. Right? Euro 15 minute. A, B, C with a big shakeout. Up. Right? Here's our pause. Euro pound 4 hour. Bang. So when you see this big move, don't enter at the top. Wait for this. Especially where it appears. The context is all important. These are the setups we look for all the time. A, B, C. Look at the shakeout at C. Another A, B, C. Another push. Pause. It's good enough for me. Bang, we're in. Here's a good one. Daily. 1 hour. Messy, horrible setup. Base. push. So what am I interested in? This area right here, resistance, small pre-break consolidation. Here it is here. So bullish pressure, here's the 20 period. So there's the breakout. Here's the breakout pullback I talk about. And there's the little downtrend anchor. And that was our entry there. I'm pretty sure. There's the move. All right. Breakout pullback is ABC. So this is this. What am I interested in this for? The whole context. Where it's pulling up. Directional move. Base. Base breakout. Rinse and repeat, as Andrew says. Okay, what do we got? Euro New Zealand, 60 minute. Got a very big setup. Got a base through here though. So a little tiny setup through here. That's good enough. You can see the move out of it. Push. Tiny little pause. That's good enough. See that? Push. Retest. Off it goes. Euro dollar. 15 minute. Up. Horrible structure. Shakeout. V reversal. Consolidation. Squeezing. Shakeout. Squeezing in. Bang. Off we go. Right. This is what we're interested in. This is the context. This is the context. Look at the result. Squeezing, pop. Breakout, pullback. Not sure why that's in there. Footsie. Could be a mistake. All right, here's a good one. High. Base. Resistance. Top of the base. Look at this. Look at the proliferation of greens. All right, here's one. Okay, what are we talking? Pound, 5 minutes. So here you go. Here's some of my scalps. Yeah, very good. Win. 5 minute chart. Push. ABC. Holding at B wave. Holding, holding, holding. Bang, there's the break. All right, see this here? Let's drill into a 5 minute chart. See it through here? Like I've marked it. 20 period. ABC. So let's go and have a look now. Let's drill down to this on the 1 minute. So this here is this. This is this, to put it in context. So this little tiny area through here. All right? So look at this. See this here? 1 minute chart. Tiny consolidation. Bang, there it is. Look, I gave it a chance. I cut it through there. There's my stop. Entry, exited there. What do you think of that one? This area right here is this 1 minute chart. All right. I do scalp as well. Pound 15 minute. Sharp move. Consolidation, break, couldn't do it. So consolidation on consolidation, bang. Can you see the different variations, folks, of the same setup? Nobody's saying anything. Consolidation, consolidation. Remember, when you look in the Trading Academy, these consolidations don't always happen under the level. They happen through the level and on top of the level. All right? So we had enough, or you want a couple more? See if you are listening. So Russell's here, Trade to Travel's here. Yeah, Johnny. All right, very good. So let's keep going. Pound CAD. Big coil. Bang, there it is through there. All right, it comes with time, Johnny. Look at it here. We picked this out of this horrible structure. All right, look at the result though. See, we had another little consolidation above it. Bang. This is good timing, Brian, too, isn't it? This workout. This workshop. This is good timing. You're going to get a real dose of it. Now, here we go. Here's another 5 minute. Big push up. Back to the 20. All right, now we've got the break, and here's the consolidation above, which is like a breakout pullback. Bang, I'm in here. Stops here. Part one's out here. No, couldn't go, so I exited here. There's my actual trades. See that? Gave it every opportunity. So this is the breakout pullback. It's actually just a single leg. So when we got the doji, when we got the outside bar, I'm in. See it there? In there. Part one's taken there. So there's the stop. Part one's taken here. Trying to trail the rest. Gave it every opportunity. No. So I got out there. So there's one exit. There's another. B and LF. How to know if it's a false breakout. Right? We get this here is where you do get it. This big sharp push. We don't like these. It's got to be this consolidation. If this level here was like here, and here's the consolidation, that's good enough. Do not take the trade when it's too sharp into the break level. Think of the rubber band analogy. It's got to stretch to get to the level. Bang, it comes back. All right? Bang, there's two workshops in Module A that cover this. There's the extended version. Look for the extended version. In fact, I've still got this up, so let's have a look. Still logged in. Here, Trading Lab, Trading Academy. All right. Yeah, think of the rubber band, Davo. Don't take the breakout when it's too stretched into it because it'll snap back on you. Now, if you want to know more about this, oh, sorry, I clicked through that too quick, didn't I? There's a whole workshop on it, which we've just done anyway. Module A, trading process. Click on that. There's two of them. It's not far down from the top. See here? Right here, folks. 49 minutes. Then there's a repeat with the extended version. So the sequel. That's where you find it. So go to the go to the second one, folks, because it's longer and it's got everything the first one's got. Yeah, it's got everything the first one's got in it. Right, so 5-minute chart, DAX. Okay, here's one above res. See that? So here's resistance through here. Too sharp. But then we've got the pause, entry here. Away we go. Where's your stop? Just here. Doesn't take much to get 1R. Yeah, it's probably not a good one. Here's another good one. A reasonable one. Come on. So look, big base, push, pull back, bang, I got slippage, I'm in here, retest, look at that, last exit right here, beautiful. There's my journal, trade journal. There's another one. Getting into some stocks now. Same principle though, folks. Yeah, is a choppy, gappy thing. This is Newcrest. NCM. This big gappy stock. Even so, look at how it tightened up. Bang. Davo, you can't watch any of the videos. We might have to sign up. Have you ever seen this sort of information elsewhere, Davo? If you haven't, maybe that'll give you a bit of a prompt, a reason to sign up. Push. See this here, getting very tight. Bang. What's the prominent volume during the consolidation? That tip alone is worth bucks. All right, just gave you a good tip there. Is the one here? Yeah, not so good. Yeah, breakout above. Orica. Here it is here. Push, consolidation above. Bang. Yeah, here we go. Trying to find some indicators for my scans. Look at this. There's a good one. Massive push. Consolidation in here. Bang. In here. Part profit. Out here. So there we go, folks. Rare glimpse into Mark's playbook. There's a lot more there too. Here, 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 there, there, there. See them all? So, no excuse now, folks. So, use the playbook, folks. Playbook your trades. That's how you start to recognise these various different nuances of the pattern. We looked at one pattern, folks. One pattern. Right? Here's my pullbacks. Right? These are the various different types of pullbacks. Look at them all. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? This is how we learn, folks. You want to be good at trading? Get stuck into it. Grind it out. I heard somebody say. Right? You want to improve your pattern recognition? This is one of the ways to do it, folks. Now, it doesn't have to be trades you've taken. If you see it and it fits the bill, you've missed it. That's right. Include it, because how do we learn in the first place? Right? So there you go, folks. Good session. So now you know what to do, folks. Create your playbook. So if you want to see the replay, folks, replay will be up. Yeah, Nigel, very good. That was a good one tonight. I'm glad I did that one. So replay will be up, folks. If not, it'll be in Module A very soon. All right. So, folks, trade well, trade safe, and bye for now.